Video comparison of the Canon SX40 digital bridge camera versus slow motion processed in Final Cut Pro by Optical Flow. We're going to look at a first regular video filmed at 29 frames per second of a hummingbird. Everything's a blur. Put it into Final Cut and rendered at 50% using Optical Flow. Nice slow motion action and very little distortion. When it's rendered at a whopping 10% of original speed, Final Cut does a lot of interpolation of frames in there, and you get some very weird artifacty looking slow motion that doesn't really hit very sharp. If you go to the very high speed, 240 frames per second on the Canon, the picture degradation is obvious, but it's very effective. You can almost see the individual wing flaps of the hummingbird at high speed. If we slow that down to 50% in Final Cut, it still is a nice wing speed. You can see that in there, and the picture quality is still pretty good as well. Down at 10%, it's even more bizarre than it was the first time in terms of ghost effect, but that's kind of interesting too. There is a 120 frames per second option in the Canon. The results will be about roughly halfway between the original video that you saw at the front of this and the 240 that you see now. Maybe not a bad option for you. The 240 does go for 30 seconds and is a tremendous capture of high-speed activity. So if you don't have Final Cut, you may want to go with the original slow motion on the Canon, but if you have Final Cut, you may want to try Optical Flow. It's very impressive, works quite well.